Over to you, Ashwin.
Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Well, are there any questions that I could answer maybe? Like,
Well, we've had a few questions that are raised. I don't know. It's over to you as to what you think. A perspective from the students. I think that's quite unique from your angle, and to hear
okay,
your voice. What has it been
okay.
like? Even a personal story from the massive change that we've had this year.
Well, relating to what Anisha said earlier with her presentation, I have noticed a lot of what she was mentioning as being factual. Like a lot of the extra stresses we have from being being online all the time and having to focus all the time. I've definitely noticed that. I
Is it
see
your
one of the Laura Lowry asks, have I been doing live classes or recorded video lessons? Okay, I prefer pre-recorded video lessons because it allows me to do the work on my own time more. But we haven't done much live classes in my subjects, so I can't really give an informed opinion on that. Yeah, they've mostly been taught via pre-recorded video lessons. And yeah. So
Have you found mathematics easier or more difficult for you in the way that you study?
I found it a bit easier, but not necessarily because the work was different. I found out our forms of examination to be easier for mathematics. The way we've been examined this online semester, I found to be easier. Like we were allowed a lot more time, and it was focused more on theory rather than calculations of mathematics, which it was different, but I found it easier personally, and I'm sure most of the engineering students would second year engineering students would agree. Um, but not easier to the point where it diminishes the module. I do understand a lot of the things that I was taught in the module. I don't know if more so than I would have normally if it wasn't taught online. Can't really say, but yeah.
Okay. I
To
see
be
there's something from Mika as well as from Kathleen. I've got some questions
okay.
there.
For
Maybe just repeat them for us all.
yeah, okay. Mika asked, how did assessments work? And they were different for each module. Some modules had full multiple choice questions, which I personally didn't prefer. If but my friends watching this will know my anguish with that. I'll explain it later. And some were set up almost exactly like regular exams, but we just had to scan in afterwards. So we were allotted a time to write and a time to not officially a lot of the time, but it was like a loose guideline for when to be writing and when to be scanning in your work. And others just had a mixture of multiple choice and worded answers. Like our maths exam was a mixture of multiple choice and worded answers for our assessment. And for engineering specifically, we have assessments every like, okay, three to four times a week. Our TAT tests are like smaller assessments that we do, and those were usually multiple choice or yeah, they really included scanning. Some of them did, but most of them were multiple choice for our smaller assessments. And okay, about the anguish I've suffered personally, I did not enjoy the multiple choice questions because for me personally, it put a lot of pressure on me for a specific module, as the module was very calculations based before, but it switched to a completely multiple choice and a small amount of multiple choice questions relative to how many questions we'd usually get. So it was me personally, I was very stressed out, like, oh, so much of my mark is worth this multiple choice question. And at engineering, I don't know how it is for other disciplines, but the multiple choice questions are extremely tricky in my opinion. Like, yeah, that was a big issue for me. But I understand they did their best. Kathleen asked, have you done prac work? And if so, how was it done? We did not do. I did not do prac work, so I can't answer that. So sorry. Ralph asked, hey Ralph, I know. How did you feel about getting clarification on module forms being asked able on selection? Oh, clarification on module forums I didn't interact with almost at all because personally I saw them as useless. Um, oh, well, I didn't interact with them at all, so I can't give an informed opinion on that now. So, uh, you have to ask the next person about that. I didn't really ask on any module forms, but yeah. Uh, we were, Nancy asked, were you able to engage in active learning or group work during the online portion in mathematics? While not in the formal sense as to whether lecturers would prescribe groups or like group learning opportunities or whatever, I just spoke to my friends personally while we were doing like a tutorial or something, just to like ask them for help or whatever. So we tried to make it as similar to regular studying as possible because as Anisha noted, the social aspect of learning is very important. I realize now how important it was like for me. It's like all the work minus the camaraderie that comes with it. That's yeah, the stuff. But yeah, it's life.
Yeah, I think we can all agree, and we can see a whole lot more now that maths is a social subject. You have to,
Yeah,
and
specifically maths.
mm,
Yeah,
you need your friends to get you through maths as well. Okay,
yeah,
well, should we answer? There's two more questions, one from Kathleen and one from Anusha, and
yeah.
if we can, should we wrap that up unless there's something else that comes our way?
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So, Kathleen asked, did you meet on Zoom chats with friends during when doing that? We used Discord, so that way we could just speak to each other. I don't know. I'm sure some of you have used Discord here. It's it's very popular in the PC gaming community for chatting to your friends. And there's functions you can use on Discord where you can like play music and stuff. So that's why we chose it so we could play music and listen to each other. So yeah, I personally didn't like using Zoom that much, but I did use it sometimes in the beginning of lockdown. But once we started using Discord, my friends and I personally we just stuck to Discord. And what did you? I missed about this. Oh, sorry, Anisha asked, what did you miss about the social aspect? I missed just like talking and having fun with my friends. It allowed for a break between the work. That's a big thing I noticed. It felt while we were during our semester, it felt like there was no breaks, and it made it a lot more stressful than usual. It's like every day I'd wake up and I'd have to go do schoolwork for like 5 to 6 hours, and then all my other stuff that I do throughout the day. But I think also because everything took place in the, oh, I specifically chose the same place to do my work. It was very, what's the word, like suffocating, if I can describe it like that. So yeah, I must the breakaway from work mostly of the social aspect, or how it allowed me to break away from doing work all the time. Yeah,
Ashwin, thank you very much. Hearing from
thank
you,
you.
it reinforces what we think and